started, I'm going to play with a sweet, one of my favorite sweets from the catalog called, what is it, Country Home, okay? So it's this stamp set from the catalog. So I'm gonna flip the camera now and get started because I've got a bunch of stuff I want to show you today. Here we go. I hope I don't lose you, and if I go sideways, please let me know. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna flip you so that you can see my work surface, and I'm gonna slide you forward here. All right, there we go. I think we're okay. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There. Okay, so we're gonna play with the Country Home. Thanksgiving in Canada is coming up. Thanks, Amanda. Thanksgiving is coming up the second Sunday, I think, in October. I think it's the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a quicker Thanksgiving. We get our Thanksgiving a lot sooner than the States. So we need to get going on these projects so that we can get our stuff in, ordered and delivered and ready to go for Thanksgiving. So I thought I'd play with this suite first. So these are the pictures on page 42 on the left side of this layout in the catalog here. So there's the stamp set, Country Home, and there's a bunch of products on this page here. You've got the Country Lane Designer Series paper, the 3/16" braided trim, the chicken wire elements. The chicken wire elements are my special for today's video and also for next week. This is going to be my product of the week. These chicken wire elements, if you place a minimum $30 order on my online store in the next week, I'm going to send you these for free. Okay, so I'll post the link to my online store and you can get those for free, as well as the projects that I'm doing today. I always do those as well for people who place online orders with the hostess code that I post for you guys. We also have galvanized paper. I'm going to show you that as well, and we got these new little galvanized clips. And this, I don't know, I got a little bit of a shadow going on here, but this here is the tin tile dynamic impressions embossing folder. And that is, oh, you got to see that in action. I'm going to show you. So let's get started. I'm going to make a card first, and then I have a couple of other projects with the same suite that I think you might like. Okay, so for the card, we're going to start off with a Blackberry Bliss template or a card base. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of cardstock, cut it in half, and I scored it at 5.5, and then I stuck it back into my paper cutter and I cut it at 2 3/4. So then what I ended up with was this. Okay, so I just cut this piece off. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this on my card. You'll see in a second. So I have from that Country Home Designer Series paper, which is gorgeous, by the way. I have the package. Actually, let me just stop here and show you the paper because it is stunning. And I need to order another pack because I've been playing with it a lot. Hi, Sylvia. So we have, I don't have full sheets because I've been playing with it, but we have this one here. On the back is the pumpkins. And that's the mint macaron, that green. Love that. Look at this one. It almost looks like wheat. Love this pattern. And then some more fall festive patterns. And this one here, this little watering can, or this, yeah, the milk can or watering can. I love this image. And that one's in the stamp set too. We're going to play with that. And then the Blackberry Bliss, which is my all-time favorite Stampin' Up! Color. I was super happy when that color came back. What else do I have here? I apologize I don't have a complete package to show you, but I've got pieces to show you. This one has, I don't know if you can see from the camera, it has a wood grain. And then this one is, I like the stripes. So it has this is crushed curry and some Blackberry Bliss stripes. There's that tile image. So this tile image, I'm going to pull the stamp set in. You can see there's a tile stamp in the stamp set, and they've pulled that into the Designer Series paper. I love how Stampin' Up! Coordinates everything. The paper, the stamps, everything. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for watching from New Zealand. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's still early Saturday there. Yeah, you're a day ahead of us. This, on the flip side of this tile paper, is this mint macaron background, and this is the a cotton plant. So love that. We got more Blackberry Bliss here. with some stripes. And on the background of this one is the crushed curry with some more of the cotton flower. So really, really nice paper. Gorgeous for all your fall crafting and your Thanksgiving crafting. So let's get started. Back to my card. Let's just get rid of the paper here. Okay, so I have my Blackberry Bliss base. Okay, and I've got a piece of the Designer Series paper. I think I just put it away. Let me just grab it here. Yeah, okay. Which one is it? This one. Okay, so I have a piece of Designer Series paper that I'm going to stick down on this flap, on this left-hand side here. Grab my snail adhesive. And I'm just going to put some snail and attach that to this side, like that. Then I have a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's going to be the inside of my card. Because it's such a dark cardstock, I need to have something white for the inside. So from the stamp set, I have mounted this image. It's got some bulrushes and some different foliage. And I'm going to bring in my Mint Macaron ink pad, open that up, and I'm going to slip my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath my paper so that I don't get ink on it. It'll be a nice, it'll still be my support for my stamping, but I won't get any ink on it. So, okay, I'm just inking up that stamp, and I just want to stamp the corner for that one. And I'm going to add my snail adhesive and go ahead and put that down on the inside of my card. Don't normally do the inside of the card first, but why not, right? There's no rules to paper crafting. You can do whatever you want in whatever order you want, right? Okay, so now let's go back to that piece that I cut off the front. So you remember this piece here? This is my friend Bonnie O'Neill from New York. She calls this the Bonnie fold, okay? So I think this was her original idea. So you cut off the 2 3/4, then you take this and you turn it, and I'm going to attach this to the front of my card for kind of a different fold. So this is going to be the background. I've cut myself a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 by 1.5 inches, and on this piece I'm going to bring in my Early Espresso ink, and I'm going to stamp the Simply Thankful for All Good Things with Early Espresso. I'm going to stamp that on my Whisper White. I love photopolymer because you can see exactly where you're stamping. There we go. Now the other floral image in this set is this one down here. So it has the cotton flowers in it. So I'm going to bring in my crushed curry ink, and I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to stamp the corner, just the corner like that. There we go. And I'm a big fan of Clean As You Go, so here's my little chamois. Here's my chamois. So the chamois sits in my clear amount case. It's wet, so all I have to do is just press my stamp into it, and just look, there's no ink. It cleans up your stamps like in such a breeze, and there's no mess. There's really no mess. So I'll clean these up now as I'm done with them. All right, so let's get back to this. Move my ink over here. So this one I'm going to stick down with some adhesive, and it's going to go at the top portion. I don't know if you can see me. Hi, Colleen. There, okay. So I'm going to put this part at the very top of my Blackberry Bliss, and at the bottom is the perfect spot to put a piece of the galvanized paper. Now, the galvanized paper, you got to have that chamois. Yes, you do, Marianne. I love it. Hi, Valerie. So this is the dynamic folder that I was talking about. It's the tin folder, so you can see the texture. So I ran a piece of the new galvanized foil through, and it's just a 1 inch by 4 inch piece. And I've already done that off camera, but I am going to show you the folder in action in just a second, or in a few minutes. Let's see. just gonna put that galvanized strip down there like that. Now I'm ready to pull in some dimensionals, and we can go ahead and put that down on the card. Where's my card base? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals on this side. Gonna be kind of like a Z fold card, and that goes just like that. So I'm not quite done with my card yet. I want to put something right here, like a little focal image. So what I've done is I've taken this watering can and I've stamped it, okay? And I stamped it with Memento ink onto some mint macaron cardstock, and I cut it out just before I went on camera so you wouldn't have to watch me cut it out on camera. So I've got my watering can, and what I've also got is the stamp set has this cute little oval, and it has these little words that fit in the oval. So I want to stamp, actually, no, I want to leave this one plain. The next project I'll show you in a second, I need to stamp it. But this one for the card, I'm just going to leave my watering can plain, but I am going to bring in a new punch. Now I love new punches. This punch is called the sprig punch, okay? I think that's what it's called, sprig punch or twig punch. It's in the new holiday catalog. So for this one, yes, I did call it mint. Mint macaron, that's the color. Yeah. So I need one of these in Cajun Craze and crushed curry, okay? And then I'm gonna bring in my adhesive and put some adhesive on the back of my can, like that. I put the adhesive on the back already, and now I'm gonna take those sprigs and stick them at the back so they look like they're sticking up out of the can, just like that. Okay, and, oops, I think I just need a little more adhesive. And then I'm gonna grab a couple more dimensionals. Sorry, I'm missing, you can't get that paper in Australia? I don't know. I thought that the Australians could get all the paper. The cardstock, are you guys talking about the mint macaron cardstock? That's what this color is, right here, mint macaron. Okay, so I've got my watering can on dimensionals, and then I put it right on the side of my card here. And now, of course, you have to have an embellishment, right? So I tied myself a bow using this new, what's it called? The braided linen trim. And it is awesome. Like, if you look at it, there's like tons of little fibers in there. It's not just like a single string. And I tied myself a little bow. What did I do with it? Thought I stuck it on my glue dot, but I didn't, but that's okay. You know what? I can tie myself a quick one. So when I tie bows, here's what I do. I make 2 loops. Oh, the galvanized paper. Yes, that's right. You cannot get that. Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure why. It has something to do with some Australian shipping rules or something like that. Why the galvanized paper. You can contact Stampin'Up to figure out why. You may already know that already. But yeah, it's not, yeah, it's the bug thing, yeah. I knew there was a strange reason. Okay, so there's my little bow. Hi, Camilla. Oh yeah, sure, you can watch the replay later when you're not busy. The replay is always an option. Oh, there's my bow, see? The minute you make a new one, you find your old one, but that's okay. Bows never go to waste. There I am sticking it on the glue dot. I'm going to pull that off now, and I'm going to stick that onto my watering can like that. Now I'm just going to trim it a little bit shorter. There. There's my card with the galvanized paper. And I mean, I know you Australians can't get this, but you could still do it with copper or any of our other metal paper. So that's the card. Hi, Mercy. Thanks for joining us. So there's my card. Okay, so I'm going to show you another project now. We have in our catalog these little mini clear treat boxes, okay? So this Thank you, Marianne. This box opens, like they come flat and there's 16 in a package, and you just fold it and reinforce the score lines. So what I do is I fold down, they're easy. Fold down this one, fold down the sides, and then fold down the inside. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. You're so kind. And then I'm going to just leave that for a second while I do my little decorating. So from that designer series paper, I cut myself a 1" by 12" strip. I love the Blackberry Bliss, so I'm going to use this side. And I'm just going to put a lot of adhesive on the ends and also a strip going down the whole strip side. I bring back my treat container. I'm just going to lay it on the front and then just press it down. You don't need to worry about scoring your paper because you just take it and you just wrap it around the container, and each corner I'm just making sure that I'm folding on that score line or on that crease, and then it's super easy. Okay, so there, I've got a little Blackberry Bliss band around my treat container. Then I have a piece of Blackberry Bliss that measures 2 inches by 5.5. I'm going to bring in my scallop tag topper punch. I use this one all the time. This track measures 2 inches, so you need to cut your cardstock 2 inches, and you just slip it into the punch down, and then you get that scallop tag at the top. Now, I want this to be the background for my greeting. So what I'm going to do is the bottom portion of this 2 inches, I'm just going to add some adhesive. Just add a bunch of adhesive. I'll bring back my treat container. I'm going to stick that right at the back of my treat container, just like that. So now my treat container has a little spot where you can put a greeting. So let's do a greeting. I want to show you something that I did with one of the stamps from this set. You see this stamp up here, Happy Harvest Blessings. I'm a punch girl. I love, love, love using my punches, but I could not find a punch that would fit this. And I really love this shape, but it wasn't quite long enough, okay? This is the Everyday Label punch. So I was quite sad, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I got out my scissors, and I did a little surgery, okay? So what I did is I cut the stamp into 3 pieces. So we could do this. So I've got some scrap white, and I'll show you what I did. So I'm gonna use some Blackberry Bliss. So the 3 stamps now that I have are Happy, Harvest, and Blessings. I got 3 separate words. So I have Harvest first, then I'm going to stamp in Blackberry Bliss on my scrap paper. Then what I did, I'm actually going to take this off my block and show you exactly what I did. Then I had the Happy and the Blessings, okay? So I knew I wanted the Happy at the top. Let me just, can I zoom in? So I wanted the Happy to sit right there. And I want the Blessings to sit right there. So I laid them on my image. Now I'm going to bring my block in and still got ink on it. Lay it down, and now I pick up my stamp, okay? So now I can go ahead and grab some mint macaron ink. Okay, I got that inked up, and I can come in and stamp Happy Blessings. So now I have that long image in a smaller shape that I can now bring in my punch. Oops, come back out a little bit. I can now bring the punch in, and it fits over my greeting, like that. And now this punch girl is very happy because I didn't have to pull out, I mean, I love my Big Shot, but you know, sometimes you don't want to pull out the Big Shot for a long label. You want to do your use your punches, right? Okay, so now it's nice, but it has a stark white background, and I thought I would bring back the cotton stamp. Thanks, ladies. This cotton stamp and my crushed curry, and I just want a slight image on the back. So I'm going to ink it up and then stamp it off first, and then stamp it right over top of my greeting. And that way I'm going to get a lighter background for my greeting. And then now all I've got to do is bring back some dimensionals and put a couple of dimensionals in the middle and peel off the wax, and I can stick that right on the back of my treat container. And now the only thing missing is a little bling. So I've got another bow. I just grab a blue dot and I can stick that right at the top, like that. There. So the only thing missing are my treats. I went to the store to try to find some like Thanksgiving or fall treats, and everything seems to be orange because all the Halloween stuff is out. And I don't want to put orange in here because I thought it would really clash. So I found these. These are little caramel squares. My husband loves these. So I hid the bag. Isn't that mean? I hid the bag so that I could have these for my treat containers. No, I'm just kidding. I will share with him. He loves caramel. So, and these are out now because the toffee apples, right? For Halloween. You melt these down with a little bit of cream and then make your toffee apples. Caramels are perfect for fall. Yes, they are. Okay, let's see. Close my little box here. Got them all in there. There. So there's my little treat container with the caramels inside and the bow. Now this, what I've done is I've created a little place setting for Thanksgiving. So wouldn't it be nice to have a Thanksgiving dinner and have one of these sitting at everybody's place setting as a little treat that they could eat after dinner or take it home with them. So that's my little favor, I guess, that Thanksgiving favor. Now I have one more project that I want to share with you, and this one I was super excited to figure out something. I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so I've got a lunch bag, plain old school lunch bag, and what I want to do now is I'm just going to take it and the bottom flap, I'm just going to fold it up, okay, just like that. And you don't even need any glue or anything. You're just going to take a 2 by 11 inch piece of Blackberry Bliss. I'm just going to come here in front of my bag, and I'm actually going to put some adhesive on the sides, and I'm going to wrap that around my bag like that and just press it down at the back like that. Oops. So there's my Blackberry Bliss band. I have, oops, sorry. I have a piece of the Designer Series paper that measures 1 inch by 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Just going to fit that right on top of my Blackberry Bliss band, like that. I went ahead and punched myself a Cajun Craze 2 1/4 inch circle. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals, put 3 dimensionals on there. And this is going to be a layer over top. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, this is just going to sit right here in the center. And I've cut myself, or I've stamped myself another one of those watering cans. I stamped 2 of them before I went on camera. Okay, so here's my second one. And I'm going to bring in that little oval from the stamp set. I've used it in Blackberry Bliss and it's stained, but it's not, I mean, there's no color. This is just what happens with the reds and the purples. And that we just have to accept that with the reds and the oranges and purples. I'm okay with it. It still stamps perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to stamp my oval right on the front of the watering can. And I've mounted the Enjoy on a block, and I'm going to stamp that in Blackberry Bliss. And there we go. So that's on the watering can. And now I'm going to bring back that trim. This time I'm just going to take the trim and I'm going to tie it in a knot. I don't need a bow. I mean, you could do a bow if you wanted to, but if you're in a hurry, you can just get away with a knot. Just a simple knot like that. And for this one, I'm going to stick it down onto my watering can. That. And Remember I was telling you how this has like so many different fibers inside? Now you can take your fingernails and you can separate, you can just pull it and separate just to make it look frayed. I think it looks more country when it's frayed. What do you guys think? Do you like that frayed look? Like that? So you can take this and you can really pull it apart and make it look really wispy. There we go, like that. Okay, so now, before I finish this watering can off, I'm gonna punch myself another couple of these sprigs. So I'm gonna use crushed curry and some Cajun craze. Love punches, love it. And this catalog is chock full of new punches. Love them. This one, you would think that it would be more for Christmas, but you can use it for fall. You can use it for all kinds of projects. There we go. So there's my little watering can. I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals on there. There we go. This is going to sit right on my circle like that. So I still haven't told you what this is. So this is going to sit at your place setting for Thanksgiving, and it's going to hold your utensils. And I just put a little white napkin in there, but then I went to the dollar store and I found they had napkins. They had fall napkins. Where's my napkin? I've got my utensils here, ready to put those in to show you guys. But I want to show you what I did. I'm going to bring my Big Shot in and show you how easy it is to emboss the napkin. Let me just grab a napkin. I had one here. Got it. Thanks for bearing with me. I found these at the dollar store, 12 of them in a package for $1. So what I'm going to do is put it into my tile folder. It doesn't even matter that the bottom hangs out because that's just leaves. You don't need to emboss that part. I'm going to lay it onto my Big Shot platform, and with the dynamic folders you only need one clear plate. Okay, I'm going to run that through, and I didn't open the napkin up, and it's probably, I don't know, 4 layers I guess if you open your napkin right up, and it did not cut the napkin, but look, it embossed it. I love it. You can emboss anything. So this, to fit inside my utensil holder, little napkin utensil holder, you want to just fold up the bottom and tuck it down into your brown paper bag like that. And now it becomes a nice little holder for your utensils to sit at your Thanksgiving table. What do you think? So now I'm ready for Thanksgiving. Just gotta make a few more of these. So there's my napkin holder, my little treat container, and for anybody who gives Thanksgiving cards, always nice to give, of course you have to give a Thanksgiving card. So there's my 3 projects. I did make a 4th project. This one, if you want to put a name card, place card at your settings, you could do a little 3x3 card and then a little layer. This is mint macaron and mint macaron embossed, and a piece of DSP, and then the initial of the person that's going to sit right there. So those are my projects for today using the Country Home stamp set. Oh, I have one more to show you. I cased the catalog. Where's my catalog? You see this on the catalog right up here, this little picture. I love decorating for Thanksgiving and fall, and I really wanted to case this. So I had a 5x7 frame that I had picked up. It was just sitting around. I hadn't put anything in it yet. So I covered it with the background of the Designer Series paper, the wood grain. Then I put a piece of the galvanized paper in, and I ran it through the Big Shot, but I actually did tarnish it with some early espresso ink. I don't think you can see that on the camera, but it is tarnished a little bit. And then some of the, I think this is 1/4 inch or 2/3 inch, I can't remember, the copper trim, and then the stamp, and then this. Yes, they will be posted on my blog, Marianne. Yes, I'll post all pictures of these. These are the clips. So that's also in this product suite. These little galvanized clips that you can slip down over the corner of your card. And you can use it to tie your twine and stuff like that. Nice little accent. So I just wanted to flip around and say hello and say thank you for watching me today for my Facebook Friday. Thanks for bearing with me and coming back when I was crooked the first time, sideways. And I also want to mention that they have a promotion going on. Stampin' Up! Has a promotion going on right now. If you host a workshop where you place an order and it gets to a subtotal of $300, you will get a package of DSP, this Christmas Dashing Along DSP, for free. Okay, so there's 3 patterns, but you get 4 sheets of every pattern in this package. Just going to show you here. So we've got this one, the green with the snowflakes. And then on the back is like a newspaper print. Love that. And then you've got this one with the poinsettias. And the background is stripes. And the final 4, we've got this one. Love that filigree look. And the background has more poinsettias and some greenery. So these are free. This package of paper is free. If you place an order of $300 or more in September, you host a workshop and your party gets to that, then you will be the hostess and you'll get that for free. So if you're looking at this holiday catalog and you have a huge wish list like I did when I looked at it first, the best deal, hands down the best deal ever, is the starter kit, because you get to pick $165 worth of product. And most people that I've talked to have had more than $165 on their wish list from this beauty of a catalog. So if you have a wish list and it's over $165, you should buy the starter kit. Why? Because the starter kit only costs $135 and you don't pay any shipping and no GST. Okay, so it's a smoking deal. $135, but you get to pick $165 worth of product, and then going forward, all your orders are at least 20% off. So, like, what better way to get all the things you want at a discount? Hi, Melissa. Thanks, Valerie. Thank you so much. I'm happy you enjoyed these projects today, and I thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to place an order on my online store, I will send you one of these 4 projects, okay? I'll send them as a thank you. And if your order is over $30, you're going to get that chicken wire too. So, smoking deal. So, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.